had many requests to talk more about my ADHD, how I manage it, medication, all that good stuff. And I'm just going to start with 5 of my basic hacks, tips that help me, get through my day to day. I think the biggest mindset shift that has helped me around my ADHD is working with my brain, not against it. I definitely think it's something that a lot of people struggle with, and it is a difficult thing sometimes, especially when so many women don't get diagnosed until later in life. I didn't get diagnosed until I was in college, but I just want to share things that help me in hopes that they help someone else. So number 1 is habit stacking. I have made quite a few videos on this, and it doesn't necessarily have to be this way. It can also be doing work and just listening to TV in the background or music or a podcast, anything that's not distracting. My brain actually works better when I have a TV going in the background. There's something about 2 things going on that actually makes me more productive, which I know sounds counterintuitive and won't make sense for someone who doesn't have ADHD necessarily. Number 2, having an accountability partner and body doubling. So accountability partner is really talking through what you're going to do either for that day, week, month, that kind of thing. I'll sit down with my husband each week and be these are my goals for the week. These are the things I want to accomplish. And then at the end of the week, we'll talk about did I do this and why did I not if I didn't. Body doubling, I've heard people talk about in a few different ways. And I think this is true for a lot of people, but it helps to be more productive when someone else is in the room with you. It holds you more accountable. What some people do is if they don't have someone at home when working from home is they'll call someone and sit on the phone with them, and it's a silent accountability partner. You just announce, okay, this is the task I'm going to work on. But I've also heard people talk about it as seeing yourself as the manager and the worker, giving someone else that list and being okay, assign me a task to do, and then they hold you accountable. This is one of the hardest things for me, is never starting a task without an end time in mind or using a timer. This is literally my best friend. I will carry it around the house with me. My phone is too much of a distraction sometimes. So this applies to people who will procrastinate too, not just people with ADHD, but using time pressure to your advantage. So when I have that countdown, I'm under pressure. Anyone who procrastinates, a lot of people work better up against a deadline. Also something called Parkinson's law, basically something that says time shrinks or expands according to how much time you give yourself. If I give myself the entire day to do something, it will take me all day. If I give myself 45 minutes, I will cram it in 45 minutes, which is why we love the timers. Okay, so number 4 was decision paralysis. You have an overwhelming to-do list. I will end up sitting there, I swear to God, for an hour just ruminating over the choice, which one I should do, and just instead doing nothing. It's literally the most frustrating thing. So what I tend to do is I will either, again, use the accountability partner and have them choose for you, or I will literally do hey Siri, flip a coin, and now she's doing it. Okay. I will write down this is what heads would be, this is what tails would be. If I don't like the decision, I'll do the other thing, but I at least have to pick 2 things. I'll listen to my gut. I'm I don't feel like doing that, but then I immediately know what I would rather do, and that helps me decide. Number 5 is wear yourself out. I don't really think I ever knew that this was tied into my ADHD until my therapist more recently has said, you need to tire yourself out. It's not just ADD where you can't focus, it's hyperactive. I have so much energy every single day, religiously work out, but if I don't do enough, it causes me to overthink, and it in turn makes my mind busier than it needs to be. So not only do I just work out, but one of the things that has really been helping me lately is walking on my treadmill while I work, editing videos, sending emails on my treadmill, or going outside and walking, literally just moving your body more. I find when my body is more tired, my mental chatter ceases, and it's not nearly as bad as it is when I'm not tired enough.